And that is a very apt precursor to the next level of our conversation, which is CNG safety, particularly with the growing concern about the increasing pump price of petrol. So the alternative provided by the federal government is compressed natural gas, and a number of stations are springing up, but there's also that part about penetration. Do we have enough infrastructure yet? But we're not looking at the adequacy of infrastructure today, but about safety. Of course, you heard about that accident that took place in Edo State, which raised concerns about the safety of, transition from petrol-powered cars to CNG. And of course, some months back, there was also, an accident involving a truck in Ogun State. So we're going to be looking at CNG safety today, and you would need the education about what to do and not to do if you're considering converting your car from petrol to CNG. So this morning, joining us to have this very important conversation, we have from the Standard Organization of Nigeria, yes indeed, Engineer Samuel Ushe, Head of Operations, National Metrology Institute. Yes, Mr. Engineer Samuel Ushe, Head of Operations, National Metrology Institute. Good morning and welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So we're going to start with some form of education, which is very, very important this morning. There are so many worries that Nigerians have about this safety of conversion from petrol to CNG. What are the do's and don'ts that Nigerians need to know, particularly if they are, weighing this option in their minds?
Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, my viewers. CNG conversion kits are specialized products. They are not just any form of product. For example, the CNG container, basically, when you talk about CNG gas, it comprises the gas, the container, and the transport valves that will move the gas from the container to any part of the vehicle. So, and this vehicle, this containers goes, the gas is compressed. Just like LPG that is used in the cooking, you will go to the LPG filling station and they pressure and release the gas inside the container. It's the same thing with CNG. And in this case, CNG comes with a very high pressure. While, for example, LPG is pressurized within 7.5 bars, CNG is pressurized above 200 bars. So it is a product that is highly pressurized. And when you have a product that must be kept under a very high pressure, the container must be suitable for that pressure. That is where the safety comes in. LPG cylinder that we use for our cooking gas, the thickness of the material is just about 4.0 millimeters thickness. That is the material that is used to construct the LPG cylinders that we use in our domestic cooking in various rooms. But for CNG gas, the thickness of the material minimum is 12.7 millimeters. So the thickness is very high. Why is it very high? Is because the product that will be stored in that container comes in with a very high pressure. You can talk about pressure almost getting to 300 bars. So that is where the safety issues come. The container must be suitable for that pressure to be contained. And then the valves that connects the CNG cylinder to the pipeline where the gas will be transmitted to the ignition part of the vehicle must also be of the right specification. And let me quickly say that the CNG containers also are of different sizes. We have the 5 liters, we have the 20 liters, we have the 70 liters, we have the 90 liters. What is this telling us? The equipment or the accessories that must go with each of these sizes must be suitable and adequate according to specification, manufacturer's specification. So where we are having issues of safety is where people use substandard material material that are not supposed to be used for a particular size of CNG cylinder, they deploy it. And then, of course, by the time you deploy the equipment into use, there will be issues. What happened also after the explosion in Benin could also be attributed to metering failure. Just take example of your vehicle tire, and you take it to a vulcanizer. You're supposed to put 30 bar into that tire. And because of the metering equipment that is measuring is faulty or not calibrated, is putting almost 60. Of course, after some time, the tire begin to react and the design begin to fail, and the next thing you hear is an explosion. It's the same thing with the CNG cylinders.
All right.
When you are putting a pressure that is not suitable for it, then definitely there will be something like explosion. Even though the design specification of CNG cylinder is not expected to explode at a very low pressure.
Yeah. Just to come in quickly, a couple of issues you've raised, but I just want to set the background again. The National Metrology Institute, a lot of people might confuse that with meteorological agency. You're different. Metrology is essentially the science of accurate measurement, providing critical support to other arms. And I'd like to first know the role you're playing in all of this, right? Because your institute, even though a lot of people have not heard about it, you're meant to play a critical role. So for substandard materials, for example, what role are you playing to ensure that first, these things don't get to the market, right? Because you have people going to convert and then they find that these are the materials being used. Yeah, so go ahead, please.
Yes. The National Metrology Institute is a department under the Standards Organization of Nigeria, and is involved in the calibration and scientific metrology of the government. It's actually the reference point of standard for metrology in Nigeria. And the Standards Organization has made a lot of investment in that. And I'm sure you are right, not many people got to know about it, but I'll also use this forum to say that we check the measurement and accuracy of equipment, measuring equipment. Whatever product you are manufacturing or you are producing will undergo certain measurement from the raw material to the finished. And also when you are looking at the performance of that material, you want to measure, is it performing well? That is where the Institute comes in. We provide the standards that are used to calibrate and be sure that 10 degrees centigrade is actually 10 degrees centigrade. You are measuring into an equipment 20 bar. We will calibrate to be sure it's actually 20 bar, so that there will not be deviation. So to the hospital and they take a temperature, your body temperature, and the gauge gives them a very high value because the gauge is malfunctioning. It is calibration that will identify this gauge is not functioning well.
So, Engineer Uche, if this explosion were then to be caused by a substandard cylinder, how did the cylinder get into the market? That's the big question. How did it pass through the Standards Organization of Nigeria, your own institute? How did it pass through the regulators and then found its way into the market? Someone bought it and installed it. If that's what caused the explosion, how did it find its way into the market?
Yeah, by government policy, we have life-endangering products and we have non-life endangering products. So cylinders, like LPG cylinders, CNG cylinders, I'm talking of the containers and the valves and the pipes, they are classified under life-endangering product, because if there are issues or failure of that product, it can affect life and property. It can bring in serious damage to the economy. So by reason of that, the federal government established a policy where before you import this product to Nigeria, they must be certified by Standards Organization of Nigeria. And the importers must be known. They must have a database with us, and then the product, where that product is coming from, the country of origin must be inspected before the product comes into Nigeria. And then once it comes in, you must be registered so that we know this is the brand coming from this investor, this is the brand coming from this businessman for traceability and so. So that's the normal way this product is supposed to come into Nigeria. But you know, when there are new government policies, every investor wants to take advantage of that, both the genuine investors and the bad ones. So I'm sure so many of this product comes into the market through illegal way. And there are also fabricators that are not, they really don't understand the havoc they are doing in fabricating this equipment here in Nigeria without the necessary expertise, training, and resources to fabricate this particular equipment. I want to assure you that CNG cylinder is not fabricated just anyhow. Maybe if you permit me, I can share
and that's the
video.
That's okay. Go ahead, Mr. Ocean. Share it.
If you permit me, I can share a slide of.
I doubt that we'll have the time for that, but if there are possibilities of local fabrication of those cylinders in Nigeria, the question is, what is the institute under the SON doing to, you know, check those illegal activities such that those fake cylinders don't go into the market?
Yes, we have state operations. We have an office in every state in Nigeria that monitors all manufacturing outfits of industries that are within their jurisdictions. So if, for example, we have a CNG manufacturing plant in Lagos, the Lagos operational office monitors the production from the raw material to finish in line with the specification stated in the standards. And we really don't have much problem with local manufacturers who are genuinely manufacturing. But we have instances some times ago, you go to places like Onitsha into the market, you see people refabricating welding cylinders and putting them, painting them, and sending them into market. So we have an enforcement unit also, which is called the ICD, Inspectorate Compliance Directorate, that monitors this product movement across the country. They do that through market surveillance, on scheduled visits. They go through the borders. They go through they also go through people that can give us information on the movement of some of these products, and they monitor them day and night. However, Nigeria is still big, and it's really difficult to tame everything within a particular time. So I would just advise that manufacturers, installers of these CNG cylinders should be very, very careful to follow specification. The Standards Organization of Nigeria has elaborated about 88 standards on CNG products. And these standards specify the raw material, the finish, the production processes, the tests that should be carried out, the things that should be observed before these equipments are deployed for use. So we advise the installers in different parts of the country, both the ones that are by the federal government, not to just pick anything from the market and install in a vehicle. Look at the specifications. Are they right? Did they undergo the necessary tests? And also, those who are filling the tanks, when you are driving and your pressure is low, you need to refill it. Their metering system must be adequately calibrated.
Yeah.
Otherwise, at the cost of refilling it, there will be explosion.
All right, Mr. Oshie, we by now have become a bit more informed as a result of some of the things that you've told us now. Look at the metering system, the thickness of the cylinder, and of course, so many other related questions in considering a conversion of our vehicles to CNG. Engineer Samuel Oshie, I want to thank you so much for your time on the program. We've been speaking with the head of operations, National Metrology Institute, Engineer Samuel Oshie. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
We'll take a break now to what we consider a very exciting segment of the program. You don't want to miss this. Stay with us. We'll be right back.